Guys, we're back on the Camaro here. I guess this will be part 2, and we'll show you what's going on before I put the trunk pan in. So we get in here and you kind of, whatever you got at home, you can wire wheel it, you can blast it. Little handheld blasters are nice, sand blasters. You buy those at Eastwood Company or KMS Tools if you're Canadian, or any of your local stores will have them. They're just a little handheld pot that you hold on to, put sand in, you blast, you know, in there. So what we did was put the rust mold in there, then we put like a black sealer rust paint over top. Now as you can see, this over top here is our weld-through primer, which I've shown you before, where I don't know what I've done with the can here. Anyway, never mind, we're not going to go looking for it. So, we get all that done, you make sure there's no rust in any areas that needs repairing beforehand, because once you set the floor pan in, you're not getting in there again. Now if you remember, I made these pieces here, right here. I showed you, actually I'll show you here, here we go. So, I made these, and what these are is these go down here, I'll show you here, and you keep a letter in the Camaros. I don't know if you can see this, see how the frame dips down there? And it does right there too, it dips down. That's because it dips down because these factory were spot welded on there, and they go spot weld on or plug weld on before you actually put the floor pan in. And this is like a reinforcement. Then you see these two bolt, or nuts I should say, well those holes come up through the floor pan, which is hard to say, but anyway, they come up through the floor pan. And these cars had weights that bolted in the back, probably weighed like 75 pounds to 100 pounds each, and they bolted in, and they had corner weights in them. Some of the Fords, the weights actually went underneath the car. So I've got this one on, you can see here. I've welded this one in place, and you can see what I'm kind of talking about, that dip. And the reason they've dipped the frame there is because if it wasn't dipped, this would sit higher than the frame rail, then there'd be a bulge in the floor. So this sits level across here. So that's that one welded on. So now we're going to put that one on, and once we get that one on, then we're going to set this floor pan in. So that's our next step here. So we'll continue along and we'll see what we can get done. Okay guys, we're back here. I've got the floor in. It's just sitting here, so I'm going to show you where we're at for this this little bit. So there's the floor sitting all in place. Now let me come around this other way and show you. We'll just walk right in. Okay, so for you guys that are doing one of these cars, first off, the complete floor pan goes up underneath this lip here. This lip is buried by the seat, the rear seat riser, which I showed you in some of the old videos. It goes in here. But anyway, the pan is in. What I did, as you can see, I put a couple, I used self-tappers, and that's selfing tapped to the frame, just to make sure everything's sitting right. Somebody had asked, does the trunk pan go right up and across at the back there? It does. It comes up and goes onto the panel, your rear panel, your tail lights are in. You can see I've drilled the holes in it, or I'm going to plug weld it across there. Not the big holes are factory. Everything's lining up. If you actually see over there, you can see it's lining up along there, so that looks good. Now we'll get down here, we'll look, and if you can see down here, this is where the self-tappers come through, because you want to keep it solid onto your frame rails, because you gotta put your welds along there. Another self-tapper. See, so I got to go a couple more self-tappers here, obviously. I'm just doing this real quick to show you guys what's going on. And then, of course, this piece here, you see these lines down here? Well, that should line up, which it does. See, lines up. I've got my book. I've been looking at my measurements. I wrote a measurement here, 12 inches from down below here, which is lining up perfect on either side. There's our one wheel tub that was in. It's lining up with that nicely. So this is actually fitting quite well. I'm quite happy over this. You know, it's fitting tight to the wheel tubs. I didn't play with anything there, which is nice there. And like I say, you can see the gap here, but that's only because this whole piece has been, you know, it's not, if you can see, it's not spot welded there, right? You got to get it back on. So they do weld across there. So that's it. There you go. That's kind of what I'm going to do next before I get too carried away is take some more measurements. We'll put the other inner wheel tub in over there. We'll set it in. We won't weld it in. We'll just set it up in there. Maybe one or two little tacks to hold it in place. We'll make sure everything's good there. And then I've got the door off this side. I mean, I can put the door back on, but really nothing has moved here. Nothing has absolutely moved because we're not working here. But, you know, you keep checking stuff over and over. All I can tell you is if you're going to do this, don't be scared of it. Well, this actually is a big job, so maybe this isn't the first thing you should jump into if you're learning how to weld or do stuff, but it's only metal at the end of the day, and if you take your time and think about it, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle, it will come together, and if you mess something up, you can always fix it. I don't know what else to tell you. It seems maybe I'm making it easier to you guys than it is, but it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know. I learned by just jumping in there one day, and I've been doing it for I don't know how many years now, and every day's a learning experience, and every way is a different way. I've never put a pan in a Camaro going this way before, through the inside floor like this. I've always done it with the rear pan off at the back there. Usually I've had the rear pan off this way, this whole pan off, and I come in this way, but we've gone the other way this time, only because so much of this car was cut away and missing when it came in, that there was nowhere to, if I started cutting the back out like I explained to you, the whole car would have just basically fallen apart in my eyes. So I came in through this way. That's why I left this inner wheel tub out. I came in through this way. It fit in there, and it's lining up really good. So there you go, guys. So we'll get on the next video for you when we can.